back to Blind Grilling. I am the most interesting griller in the world and your host, Chris Peltz. And on this episode, we're going to talk about how to dice an onion, especially when you can't see. So stay tuned and find out how in the world this blind guy is going to use a knife. On today's video, we're going to talk about dicing an onion. And probably one of the more difficult things for someone who's blind or visually impaired to do is really kind of keep things under control, because you've got this outer layer of skin, and everyone wants to talk about, peeling an onion and skinning an onion, and then you get these little pieces all over the place, and you got to try and find them, and it can be very difficult. So what I want to do is walk you through how to dice an onion in such a way as really you only wind up with 3 pieces of trash rather than stuff kind of strung out everywhere. So we're going to start with the onion itself. You've got the top side is your root, the bottom side is, the top side is your stem, the bottom side is the root. All right, and so we're going to place the onion on its side. I'm right-handed, so when I grab my knife, I'm going to grab my knife in such a way as the stem is kind of facing my right side, the root is facing my left side. And right at the base of that stem, I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to slice that stem off this onion. And that's going to be our first piece of trash. So now we have an onion that has a flat side, the top is flat, and then you've got the root side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place it down on the flat side where the root is facing up. With the root facing up, you're going to grab your knife and set it across the very middle of that onion and across that root, and we're going to go straight down. And now what's great, once you slice the top off, now you've got it face down, it's kind of a flat surface, so it's not going to roll on you. So now you're going to put your knife across that root, and we're going to go straight down, cut that onion in half. Now you can grab both sides, you can set one to the side for now. All right. Now, so you have 2 halves of the onion. So what you're going to do now is you're going to grab one of those halves of the onion, and you're going to place it as you've just sliced it, so the center of it is flat, down through the middle of the onion. You're going to face the root to your left if you're right-handed, and the onion will be flat on your cutting board with the root facing your left and the flat side that had the stem on it facing your right. And what you're going to do is you're going to take, and you'll be able to grab a layer of that onion, and you're just going to kind of peel it back from the stem side that you cut. Grab in about 1 thick layer, and you're going to kind of run your hand up underneath it, and you're going to peel it back to the root, but you're not going to cut it off. You're just going to peel it back, and it's going to kind of flop up, and you're going to have this layer of skin still attached to the root, and with your left hand come underneath it, and you're going to grab the rest of the onion, which is still laying flat on the cutting board. And what you want to do at this point, and this is where you've got to be very careful, know where your knife is, where the point of the knife is. You want to take your knife and, again, the root is to your left, the flat side where the stem was faces to your right, and your knife is going to run parallel with the root to the stem. Right, so in my right hand, my knife is running from my right hand, going across where the stem was, and the point down towards the root. So running from my right to my left is the way the knife is facing. You're going to kind of come down furthest away from you, and on this onion, we're going to take just about a finger's width from the end, and you don't want to slice it all the way. You want to go all the way down to the cutting board, but the tip of your knife is not all the way down towards the root. It's about 1/4 of an inch from cutting off all the way, and then you're going to come back about another finger's width, and it's towards you, and then go straight down through the onion again towards the cutting board. Then come back about another finger's width. Again, the tip of the knife isn't going, past the onion, so the onion is still staying intact even when you go slice straight down. So we're going to keep doing that until we go all the way to the side closest to us. Now we're going to turn our knife going straight out from us. So the handle is towards me, and the point of the knife is facing directly away from me. We're going to slide our side of our knife up against the edge where the stem used to be, and using kind of my knuckles of my left hand, to guide that knife a little bit. Now what we're going to do is we're going to begin to slice, or dice is what it ends up being, is dicing this onion. Again, my left hand is kind of holding that first layer of skin attached to the root, back out of the way. I'm going to raise the knife up till the blade comes to the top of the onion and come in, just a little ways, and then we're going to slice. Make sure you're squared with it. I've got and one of the keys as well is having a sharp knife. If you have a dull knife, is dangerous, okay? I've got this Wusthof knife. I'll use a Shun or a Wusthof. Right now we've got a Wusthof, and we're going to slice straight down. We're going to come up, move in just a little bit closer towards the root, and go straight down. And what's happening is we're getting these little bitty pieces of onion that are diced up for cooking. So go straight down, come in towards the root a little more, straight down, and just keep coming back towards the root, keep going straight down. Whoops. Kind of curl your fingers away from that blade. Let the side of the blade hit, you kind of run along up against your knuckle. We go straight down, and we come back until we get to just about to the root. And now we have half the onion diced, and we have our second piece of trash from the onion, and half the onion is diced for us. What we'll do now is we'll do the same thing with the second half of the onion. Kind of grab that first thick layer of onion and peel it back towards the root. Once we have that peeled back towards the root, we'll turn our knife to where it's running from right to left, from the handle towards the point of the knife, from my right to my left. And again, we're going to make slits down the onion toward the cutting board. Again, all the way down to the cutting board, but our point of our knife doesn't go all the way past that root, so it all stays connected, all intact as we do this. Just make sure you keep your fingers out of the way of that point and the blade of the knife. Now we've got that done. We're going to bring our knife against the flat edge where the root or the stem used to be of the onion. Going to come up. Fingers are curled away from the knife, and we're going to go straight down, come up, come in towards the root just a little bit, go straight down, and just do that until we get close enough to the root where we're not going to be getting any more onion. Whoop. All right, need to sharpen my knife. All right, right there. Now we've got the second or the third and final piece of what we'll throw away of this onion in 3 big pieces right there. We don't have that paperish feeling outside skin of the onion, you know, everywhere, little pieces everywhere. We've got 3 very easily managed pieces of trash of the onion, and we have 2 halves diced up, ready to throw into a pan for sauteing, ready to you know, put into whatever pot you're going to be cooking your onions, or you know, anything you want to put your onions in. Folks, I really appreciate everybody checking out Blind Grilling. I hope this has been helpful, and you know, if you want to learn more about whether it's knife skills, cutting up other types of vegetables, or anything like that, let us know. We'll be happy to do some videos like that. But I hope for now, you know, just something simple, good practice, slicing and dicing up an onion, that it's easy to manage for those who are blind or visually impaired. And hey, if you can see, and you just want to eliminate all the trash that comes with trying to cut up an onion all the time, then maybe you can put this into practice as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let us know what you think about this video and if you have any other requests. And as always, remember, if you're looking, you ain't cooking.